Picture this, you're driving down the highway and you pass some poor soul hauling what looks like a mobile apartment building behind their truck. The thing's swaying like a drunk penguin, sucking gas like a Hummer at a drive-thru, and taking up more space than a small European country, and you think to yourself, there's gotta be a better way. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Well, folks, there is, finally, and it comes from France, because apparently the French have figured out how to make everything elegant, including camping trailers. Now, I've always been intrigued by the idea of living on the road, a little van life, maybe a camper, the freedom, the adventure, the ability to wake up somewhere new every morning. But here's the thing that's always bugged me about campers. They're like gym memberships. Everyone buys them with the best intentions, and then they sit unused for months, sometimes years. I know someone who had a custom camper built. I mean, custom. They dropped serious money on this thing. So last summer I asked them, hey, have you had a chance to use it this summer? And their response, well, we haven't used it in a couple of summers. We've just been so busy. A couple of summers? That's not camping equipment anymore. That's just expensive lawn decoration. I mean, if you can call it that. I'm kind of guessing that the neighbors call it an eyesore. And honestly, though, I'm not surprised. Most campers are these massive, unwieldy beasts, the pop-up ones that fold down. They've got cloth sides that are about as durable as tissue in a rainstorm. They fade, they tear, they leak. Basically, they're tents with delusions of grandeur. And the hard-sided ones, they're anywhere from 20 to 40 feet long and can weigh between 6 and 30,000 pounds, just like your mama. Try parking that thing anywhere. Try storing them. Most people need to rent separate storage just to house these land yachts, which costs extra money every month because surprise, they don't fit in your driveway, assuming your HOA doesn't throw a fit first, which I would never live in a place that has an HOA, FYI. But here's what really gets me. The median RV usage is only 20 days per year. 20 days, that means your $50,000 camper is sitting idle for 345 days. It's depreciating faster than a politician's approval rating. And don't even get me started on the aerodynamics. The RV industry has basically ignored aerodynamics for decades. These things are rolling bricks with aerodynamic efficiency of a parachute. Traditional RV owners regularly see their fuel economy drop 8 to 10 miles per gallon when towing these monstrosities. But then I discovered something that actually made me stop and say, whoa, that's totally tubular, dude. And I mean that literally because it's called the Beauer. I think it's like Beauer. Anyway, I'm just going to pronounce it a million different ways this video. And it's the Beauer 3X, and they have a 2X, and I think a 1X. And it's from this French company that apparently looked at the RV industry and said, hey, you are doing it wrong. The thing is ingenious. It starts as this compact round trailer, only 43 square feet, about the size of a large car. But here's where it gets wild. In less than 60 seconds, it expands telescopically to 129 square feet. That's tripling in size with the push of a button. Think about it. It's like carrying a collapsible airline fuselage behind your car. The tubular shape gives you maximum headroom right where you want it, in the middle where you walk, and optimal hip space at hip level where you actually live, especially if you have a muffin top or, I cannot lie, big butts. Now, you can actually put beds, couches, and storage in those areas. The way it expands is sideways with telescoping modules that slide out accordion style, creating this long, livable tube. When it's collapsed, it's only about 8.5 feet long and 6 feet wide, roughly the width of your tow vehicle. When expanded, you can get 130 square feet with kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and living area that can sleep up to 4 people. And because it's round, it's actually more aerodynamic than those square behemoths everyone else is hauling. It's going to slice through the air like a sports car. No, not actually like that, but it's going to be better than towing around one of those square ones. Eric Bowe, the inventor, had a simple goal. I wanted a small caravan for towing and storage and a large one at the campsite to accommodate 4 people. Hey, that seems pretty reasonable to me. The solution was the slide out. But here's the clever part. When the modules expand, the floors automatically tilt up and down to create a level living space. Even the bathroom fixtures slide into pockets in the floor plan. When it's collapsed, the floors and the side modules actually lift up to form walls blocking the windows and making the unit essentially burglar-proof. As Bowe puts it, the 3X remains unbreakable in a compact form because there's literally no way to get inside. Now let's talk about money, because I'm sure you're wondering what this engineering marvel costs. I know I was. In the US, a fully equipped Beauer 3X runs about $45,000, including solar panels, auxiliary battery, extra sleeping space, and all the bells and whistles. The base model starts around $33,000. Is that expensive? Sure, but compared to what people are paying for traditional RVs that they barely use, a typical Class C motorhome that costs $80,000 works out to about $911 per day for just 20 days of annual usage when you factor in the total cost of ownership. But here's where the Beauer really shines: storage and usability. The thing is small enough to park in the same space as a large sedan. No special storage needed. No HOA battles. No monthly storage fees that eat away at your wallet. Compare that to the traditional RVs where HOAs prohibit driveway parking or force owners to find expensive offsite storage. You're looking at hundreds of dollars per month just to house something you'll use a few weeks a year. And here's what really sold me on this concept. The first 4 Beauer 3Xs imported to the US were sold immediately, and demand is currently exceeding manufacturing capacity. The next shipment of 8 trailers won't arrive until next year. So that's how popular these things are becoming. People are finally waking up to the fact that bigger isn't always better, especially when bigger means you never actually use the thing. Now, Beauer doesn't just make the 3X, they also have a 2X model that doubles in size starting around $25,000, and a massive 3X Plus that expands to 300 square feet and can sleep up to 6 people. So we can both go. The original 3X hits that sweet spot of being small enough to actually use while being big enough to actually live in comfortably. The company even has a prototype from 2011 on display in Germany's Heimer Museum. This isn't some new startup. What excites you about camping? What excites me most about the Beauer 3X is that it represents a fundamental shift in thinking. Instead of asking how can we make campers bigger, they asked how can we make campers smarter. It's built with modern materials, polyurethane sandwich panels with insulation, so it can be used year-round if you add heating and AC. It might actually be my new home if that's the case. It comes with the RV-style hookups and also has onboard battery power that can be recharged with optional solar panels. This is camping for people who actually want to camp, not for people who want to drag a small apartment behind their truck and then complain about gas mileage. Look, I'm not saying that the Beauer 3X is perfect for everyone. It might actually be perfect for a person and a little person. If you need space for 8 people and want to live in your RV full-time, this probably isn't your solution. But for couples or for small families who want the freedom of the road without the hassle of a massive trailer, this could be revolutionary. It's compact enough that you'll actually want to use it, clever enough that you'll have room when you do, and innovative enough that you'll feel like you're living in the future instead of dragging the past behind you. Listen, the RV industry has been stuck in the past for decades, building things bigger and bigger, and most people are afraid to actually take them camping. The Beauer 3X proves that sometimes the best solution isn't more space, it's just smarter space, and something that can fit in the garage. Hey, if you want to check out more on the Beauer 3X, I'll put a link in the description, but in my opinion, it's kind of the one camper that I personally would want. So if I ever get a chance to check one out in person, I will do that and share more with you. Peter Von Panda, out.